What is up, my fam bam? Ashley Elizabeth here with AHM Artistry, bringing you another video going over the ShopMissA AOA palette because I loved these and I just needed to create more looks with them for you guys, because if you pick this up, they're awesome, they are beautiful. And what better way than September to do a transition into fall eye look? So that is what I did here today. The lip kind of takes it all the way into fall, so if you want a more muted look, you can definitely do a nude lipstick with this, and it's more transitional. See? Just covering up my mouth, you can tell. So I love this palette. It is going amazing. The only shades that are a little more challenging to work with is this shimmer shade. It looks intense, but it's very light. And then that's about it. I'm loving everything in between. So I'm gonna go over some of the colors in here and how I work with them. If you want to see that and see me create this eye look, then you know what to do. Just keep watching. Alright, so I already started the same exact way I started the other video, starting with my Frankie Rose I Promise Eye Primer and topping it off with the Marshmallow shade in the Too Faced Best Year Ever palette. Pick your favorite brow bone shade and apply it to your brow bones if you'd like. I feel like it helps with the transition a lot and doesn't take away from the pigment. Sometimes when I set my whole eyelid, it takes away from the pigment and the sticking and the longevity. So try it that way if you're having trouble with color payoff and stuff. Don't set the whole lid, just set the brow bone. Wish me luck. My neighbor just started to use a saw right when I started to film. This is gonna be like kind of a similar technique as what I did for the I'm a Beach palette. So I'm gonna go in with that same flat blending brush and I'm gonna dip it into this orangey, beautiful sherbet shade called Vintage. And I'm gonna start working in the crease, focusing in that, and then lightly blending it out to create that nice transition. I mean, all blending techniques, she knows, most of the time are very similar, so, you know, it's just all about the different color and some slight adjustments. I'm in love with this shade. When I was using it the other day, I did this look last week while I was just like experimenting with the palettes, and I was like, I have to film this look because it is so pretty, and this shade is so beautiful. The palette is worth it just for that alone. I mean, maybe that's a little much, but oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Make it a little different. I guess I'll fan it out a little bit. So I'll take a little bit right here, and instead of making it just stop right there, I'll do a light fanning, kind of bringing it almost like a wing a little bit. Just trying to get it a little more blended. I'm going to take my fluffy blending brush and just make sure that is nice and blended into the brow bone. While we're on that shade, let's go ahead and do the lower lash line with that same exact brush. Same one, I know, what? Take it right on down here, connect the corners, and then blend out that lower lash line. Since my whole face is already done, this part you can do. If you haven't done your face makeup yet, you might have to wait to do this part. Now on my packing brush, I'm going to take this shade right here called Element, and I'm going to pack down the mobile lid right there. Oh, look at that pigment. Look at it. Look at it. It's so all right, and then you'll have this nice rounded off look. Take your blending brush and make sure those are blended. If you need to do a very light dip, you can. Don't overdo it though, or else you might end up with too much pigment in there. Perfect. So I just cleaned off that brush. Now I'm gonna go in with Amore. It's a very pretty fiery shade. I'm gonna do the same exact thing, except not bringing it up as high. And then to intensify that shimmer, I'm gonna actually take that same brush, wet it with my Tarte Rainforest of the Sea, but you can use whatever spray you have handy, and tap into that same shade as well as this one in here called Worth. Kind of do like a little mixture. Pack it right onto that lid. it all the way up there, and then very gently blend, just so you don't take any away and you don't get any fallout. But got a little tiny bit of fallout by doing that technique. Just dust it off. Dust it off. Okay. Now I'm gonna take this pencil brush and dip it back into, what's this called? Amore. Now I'm gonna do that right on the lower lash line, as close to the lash line as I can. You love how looks look so crazy before you do liner and lashes and inner corner highlight, which is what we're gonna do next. I think I'm gonna try to use this shade called Twilight. It's very light. It doesn't pack a punch like the shade looks like, so I think I can use it as an inner corner highlight. Let's try. I don't think I did it that day I did this. Yeah, it's okay. Let's go ahead and wet the brush to see if we can get a little more high intensity. Otherwise, I'll just switch to a different palette. Oh yeah, that's cool. So basically the shimmer shades in this palette do better when you wet them. The other palette did fine. I guess it's one of those, like, you know, some of them you have to wet, some of them you don't kind of situation. That's really pretty and glowy. Just tap it on just to make this a little more glowy. Tiny little pressing. Yeah, that like just brings it out a little bit more, that did shimmery, but it's not changing it too much. Kind of just bringing it together. Very cool. Very, very cool. Okay, time for some liner. Am I gonna do a wing today? Oh, let me decide after this. I'm gonna do the 24-hour Glide On pencil from Urban Decay, and this is Torch. This is my all-time favorite color liner, especially for the lower lash line, because I have green eyes, and this just makes my green eyes pop like crazy. So I'm gonna just put it right here. Nice cohesive look. Bangarang, baby, bangarang. And upper waterline just with a black pencil. This one's from the brand Gorgeous, but most black eye pencils are similar. To wing or not to wing? That is the question. Let's see if I can get this e.l.f. felt tip liner to work again, like I talked about in my last video, how it wasn't working. Let's see. Let's just do a little wing then. Oh, and magically, she's working again. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm happy I did a wing. I like that with it. That's pretty. That is fall-y. And now I'm struggling with lashes because I don't have like any lashes that I love for this look. So I'll be right back after I apply some hair onto my eyeballs. Okay. Okay, so I went ahead and actually just used some Ardell Demi Wispy magnetic lashes. I haven't used these bad boys in a while, and I picked some up recently and I was like, I gotta start using those again. So I actually like how these lashes look. They're nice and kind of natural, and you can still see my eyeshadow look. I hate putting on a thick lash and you completely lose the old hard work that you just did because you can't see it. So in case you want to see the look all up close, here it is all completed. So I am loving this look for transitioning into fall. It's not too intense, except when you go ahead and apply a lip like this, like I did. This is actually the Jordana Black Pearl Metallic. Hopefully they'll bring these back this year because it's about time I get a new one, and this is the Alchemy shade, the brownish metallic shade. Of course, I originally did this look with a more muted nude lip. That's more of a transitional type of lip, kind of coral undertone still, so if you want to do that, you definitely can. Or you can take this more into fall with this brown lip. So very versatile. Your eyes, your lips, they can all tell a story, and that's kind of what we're doing here. So we are getting in the spirit. I am so excited. Who is pumped? Tell me down in the comments below what your absolute favorite thing about fall is. Whether you like fall or not, there has to be one thing that you are just like, okay, that's great, I love it. Maybe it's the color orange, maybe it is pumpkin spice latte, but if you hate fall, it's probably because you hate pumpkin spice latte, and don't get mad at pumpkin spice for being that. Don't. I love it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in again with me and going over these AOA eyeshadow palettes. Again, this one is called Love Child, and this one retails for $10 on the AOA, on the ShopMissA site if you go into the AOA section. If you are new to my channel and you would like to become a part of our fam bam, then you know what to do. Go down, hit that little subscribe button, and join us. Talk to us in the comments section, ask questions, have fun, keep it kind, keep it cool, and I hope you guys all have a great, lovely, awesome freaking day.